The reopening of the Azteca was chaos, with endless protests and one person dead. That's right, someone lost their life at the Azteca Stadium. The news is real. Stay tuned. A fan dies after falling from the stands during the reopening of the Azteca Stadium, the World Cup venue. The fatal accident happened before the friendly match between the national teams of Mexico and Portugal. Crazy. In fact, it's not confirmed here. Tragedy at the reopening. A man died after falling at Banorte Stadium before the friendly match between Mexico and Portugal. Authorities in Mexico City confirmed that the fan, allegedly intoxicated, fell while trying to climb down between the boxes. The authorities in Mexico City confirm it. In the box area of the stadium, a fan who was intoxicated tried to go down from the second to the first level by jumping on the outside of the stadium, which caused him to fall all the way to the ground floor. He was attended to by medical personnel, but unfortunately, he lost his life. Witnesses say that the guy wanted to go to the bathroom, but since he saw the bathroom was far away, he decided to jump. And well, he died. It was total madness, and that wasn't the only thing that happened. I mean, a lot of crazy things like this happened in the stadium. This is what a place that cost 3,500 pesos looks like.
Which I'm glad is coming out too, taking advantage of the vacation. Crazy, how much did these tickets cost, more or less? Well, this ticket is about 3,500.
And what do you think?
Well, I think they should move us a little higher up so we can have a better view. Can I sit down to see how it looks? Yes, of course, go ahead.
Are you kidding me? You can't see anything. This is crazy. I mean, you can't see anything. It's unbelievable. I mean, you have to stand up to be able to watch the game. And this ticket costs 3,500 Mexican pesos, which is equivalent to almost 200 United States dollars. Keep in mind, for a friendly match, it's very important to make that clear. Yes, it was the reopening of the Azteca, but $200 is crazy. We're not talking about a World Cup match, we're talking about a simple friendly. By the way, they had promised that Cristiano Ronaldo would go, but he didn't. And Portugal without Cristiano isn't the same, right? People wanted to see the captain and, well, they ended up with nothing. Just imagine, it's crazy. Now I have to admit that the show and everything turned out really well, very nice. The stadium, from my point of view, didn't turn out so bad, but you can tell it's not finished. Even so, the Estadio Azteca has something that stadiums in the United States don't have, an aura. It's that simple. You can see the history here, and the Argentinians won't be able to deny it. Obviously, the Estadio Azteca has an aura, but unfortunately the stadium isn't finished. I want to show you this.
And in the Banorte Stadium, not all the stands are finished. There are some details, some seats that haven't been installed. This is how the Banorte Stadium organization covered it up. We can see here a flag displayed by Portugal. However, if we crouch down, we can see...
No, incredible.
...that there are seats that are not finished. And even if we get a little closer, we can see the screws, which are what would hold the seats in place. We still don't know what's going to happen with these spaces, whether they're going to be left like this, used in another way, or if it's just something temporary. And soon, this will already have seats and the fans will also be able to use this section.
Look, if you ask me, I think this is something temporary, and that for the World Cup there will be seats. Obviously, it makes sense. By the way, from here, the view you get of the Estadio Azteca from this area seems spectacular to me. Honestly, really good visibility. Look, just incredible, it's spectacular. From here it's really great, but those who sit right here have it really tough. Here it's the complete opposite. Look, you can't see anything, it's crazy. Now, it turns out that to get into the stadium, there was a line. No, incredible, it was a total disaster. Please, let's watch this video.
We stood in line for 2 hours, spent an hour on the small bus, and there are still many people. Some will get in at halftime and we went outside. The game has already started.
Yeah, the game had already started and they were still outside the stadium. Look, I know some of you might think they arrived late. No, not at all.
Ideally, there are still people outside. It's such a mess of organization.
An hour to line up and get on the bus, an hour on the bus, 3 hours of...
There hasn't been a single checkpoint. We're already arriving at the stadium, and they don't even know if we have tickets, if we're carrying weapons, important things like that. Well, the door is already open.
And people are desperate. It's normal, understandable. Let me explain what happened so you can understand. It turns out that Federación Internacional de Fútbol Association has very strict security protocols, and one of them is that you can't take your car to the stadium. In fact, the parking lots are located a kilometer away from the stadium. So, if you want to take your car, you'll have to park a kilometer away and walk. All of that, seriously, it's crazy, but that's how it works, and not only that. That's going to happen in Mexico, the United States, and Canada, as it has in recent World Cups. It's something very, very common, but the parking lots, which are terrible and super far away, are really expensive. The other day we saw that in Los Angeles, for crappy matches, they're going to charge you like $200 for parking. I mean, that's crazy. So, what happens? Federación Internacional de Fútbol Association also offers buses, and you can just get on a bus that will take you to the stadium. The problem is that, obviously, you have to wait in line for the bus, get on the bus, go to the stadium. Then, once you get to the stadium, you have to wait in another line to get into the stadium. It's a mess. I mean, it's a disaster. And well, look, I know this wasn't a World Cup match. This was a friendly match between Mexico and Portugal. However, Federación Internacional de Fútbol Association was present, and the goal was to make this match serve as a rehearsal for the World Cup.
No.
No.
No!
Nobody supervising, they say. But what the heck happened here? Look, just look.
Nothing scarier than what we've experienced. Let the world see how tiny they are. Let the world see their incompetence. Let the world see the stress they put us through every day. The Mexican lines.
Because of their disorganization, I mean, the problem here is that they do things without knowing how to do them. They do things in a disorganized way. There are more than 30,000 people and only 735 of them. People are still outside and already fighting with police.
The police are suffering the consequences of their ineptitude.
And their incompetence.
They're insignificant, clearly a fourth-rate government.
Look, that's not all. And to all this chaos, there were also protests by people who were looking for their missing relatives. Exactly. As you know, Mexico is a country where tens of thousands of people are missing. And well, look, people just went to protest here. They tell us, in the middle of the Mexico versus Portugal celebration, searching mothers put up posters of missing people. How sad, guys, but this is the harsh reality of the country, the harsh reality of Mexico. Just look at this. What do you think about it? I'd like to read your thoughts in the comments section, and I'll see you next time.